to our channel. Today we are going to talk about the Constitution of India and particularly Preamble of the Constitution of India. If the Constitution of India can be considered as Bible of our country, Preamble is its soul. The entire gist of our Constitution India is tried to be summarized in the Preamble. To say for the meaning of the word, Preamble is generally like the summary, like the front note or something that should be written in front of the document. But when we consider about the gist of it, it is the gist of the document. It's a summary of the entire constitution. It holds the value. It holds and it says the values that entire constitution has to be written, has been written on, and it has been followed on. So. Preamble is the very important part of the constitution, and there has been a lot of effort, thought, and has been kept to make it in the writing of the preamble by our founders of our nation. So let's get into it. Let's go into the preamble of the constitution. Surprisingly, the preamble is not considered as part of a constitution in terms of its justiciability in the court. Preamble is not justified in the court. You can't go to the court saying that something in a new law is not concurrent with the preamble, whereas in other parts of the constitution like fundamental laws and etc. are justiciable, but preamble is not justiciable in court of law. But still, it has a lot of importance in interpreting the different sections of the constitution by our Supreme Court in various sections. So yeah, preamble is not considered as a part of a constitution. Nonetheless, it's very important. So let's start with the preamble of the constitution. So here it starts by saying, "We the people of India." So it says, it justifies that this is something that is written by we the people of India, which gives a source of power to ourselves. To think about it, the preamble of the constitution, or the writing of the constitution, is done before we got the independence. It started before we got the independence. So it is to make clear that the source of power is us, not the Britishers, even though they have given us the permission to write the entire constitution. The constitution is written by us and it is given by us. It is something which we are writing and we are giving ourselves. So that is what we say, we the people of India, saying the source of power. Declare ourselves have solely resolved to constitute India into the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So that is what we describe India as, the sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. And it is basically it is to give the justice, liberty, and equality to all its people. So let's get into the words. These 5 words are quite important. But so interestingly, while we have been writing the constitution, or while we have adopted the constitution in 1950s, there are no words of socialist and secular. They are added later by 42nd Amendment, which is in Indira Gandhi's regime. 42nd Amendment is one of the longest amendment that has ever done for the constitution. So it is also known as mini constitution. Though many of the amendments were changed back in 44th Amendment, these have been the changes in the preamble have stayed. So that means they are important and they justify the nature of our nation. So these 5 words represent the nature of our nation. Sovereign means the supreme power holds in itself. It's not under something. It's not a dominion of any other country. It is completely sovereign. The nation as itself holds the power to make its own decisions. So we are a very sovereign country. Even though we join in different international organizations like UN and different organizations, none of those organizations are binding on India. The ultimate power of India lies with our president, our parliament, which are again elected by our people. So we are a sovereign country. Coming back to socialist, the definition of socialist again comes back into 2 things. There is also Marxism, which is from Russia. That is one kind of socialism, but the one we follow is Gandhian socialism, which says that we have to get the equality in status and opportunity. We are socialist in there are some aspects of Marxist socialism that we take, like the nationalization of various sectors. Though after liberalization of our economy, there was a kind of dilution in it, but still there are some sectors that have been nationalized, like railways. So we are socialist in a respect of having state holding some of the resources, but we are socialist in terms of distributing the resources, distributing the opportunities, not really the distribution of resources, which is more of a Marxist socialism, which is rooted in Russia. Mostly the Marxism is about revolution and all, but here we implement the democratic socialism or the Gandhian socialism. So we are very much a socialist country, but our definition of socialism is completely different from the Marxist socialism. And same comes to the secular also. The word secular in a Western world means something else. They mean that the state does not interfere with the church and the church does not interfere with the state. But here we can't in India, with the way we are connected with our religious affairs, we can't completely ignore the factor of religion. So we are secular, but it is our secularism means we are equidistant from equal religion, all religions, but not like in some aspects the state does interfere in religion when it comes to public order or when it comes to hurting the public sentiments and things like that. So we are secular, but we are not secular in terms of Western world. We are secular in terms of Indian world, where we are equidistant from all religions. We respect all religions. We have our fundamental right to propagate our own religion, but we are not but we are not getting that into the basic rights of our basic rights. So we are secular in terms of Indian rights, and we are democratic. The basic definition of democracy passed by Abraham Lincoln: by the people, for the people, of the people, which is the power resides in the people, and the electorate has to be there. There has to be we have our own systems like single justice, single vote, and everyone above 18 can vote. That is universal and franchise. And also we are democratic because everyone have one vote and it is justifiable all. And so our government is formed by the people. Republic, the head of the state has to be elected one. The monarchs or the British can't call themselves republic. We are the republic country because our president, the head of the state, is republic. So these define the nature of our country, and this is what we solely we resolve to give ourselves the nature of our this is what we want to make our country, giving it the nature. And why we have to give this, what we want to give its citizens. We want to give its citizens justice, liberty, and equality. Justice, liberty, equality are the ideology that we take from the French Revolution, which has happened long back, like in 1700s. So justice, there are three types of justice. Political justice, which is very easily achievable, but there is also social and economic justice. So justice includes everything: political, social, and economical. So that is what we want to give: liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, and also equality of both status and opportunity. And along with this, we want to promote the fraternity, assuring the fraternity is the brotherhood. So the nation is not just bound by its borders, but also by the people, the unity, the feeling of oneness in the people. So by respecting the dignity of the individuals, we also have to have this fraternity feeling between the people and the unity and integrity of the nation. So all these are the things that we want to give in our constitution. And there are different sections of sections or parts in the constitution which make sure all this occur, all this are legally justiciable and not guided towards this. Constituent Assembly, which has been writing the constitution, 26th day of November, that is 26th November, we are giving this cells. We hereby adopt, enact, and give ourselves this constitution. So who are we here? The people of India are giving ourselves this constitution on 26th November 1949. So one thing to notice here is why 26th November. 26th, though the constitution has been adopted on 26th November, we have the constitution came into force on 26th January, which is our Republic Day. Why? Because 26th January 1930, Nehruji has announced the Purna Swaraj, which is the reason that we have postponed our to make it a political significance. The Purna Swaraj was quite important day in our history, so we have the constitution came into force on 26th January. But if the question is about when did we adopt and enact our constitution, it is on 26th November. Regarding the 42nd Amendment, the words added in 42nd Amendment, they have added three words in Constitution on 42nd Amendment, which is socialist and secular, as we talked, and also the word integrity. Before that, it used to be unity of the nation. Now, after that, we have also added the integrity of the nation. These are the three words that have been added after the 42nd Amendment. As the Constitution is amended, we can say the preamble of the Constitution is quite amendable. Even if it's not considered as a part of the Constitution, it is amendable. So these are the important aspects of preamble of the Constitution. I'll end this with saying that, as we know, the Constitution of India is like the borrow sack of different constitutions. The preamble we have taken is taken from USA. Thank you for watching this video.